The feds just cracked down on Diddy after Katt Williams tried to tell everybody that they try to get him just like they try to get TD Jakes, and he putting an end to this. Everybody is coming out with their own story now. All of the people got something behind the scenes that they know for a fact that Diddy was trying to hide from them. Now it's all coming to the front light, man. Everything that was done in the dark is coming to light now, and they're gonna get justice for Tupac, Kim Porter, everybody, because now all the people are coming forward, the whole entire industry, and they basically putting it to notice that Diddy, he was doing all of this crazy stuff and that he deserves what he's about to get. Let me know if you guys support Tupac, Kim Porter, if you want to get justice for everybody. Comment down below 222, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because now they really coming after him, man. Like Gene Deal, he sat down and he exposed the fact that in the whole interview about Diddy, what he was doing, his past relationships and everything. Do you guys think that Diddy is deserving what he gets? Do you think he deserves it after all that he did and basically treated people wrong and made it to where a lot of people got hit up, a lot of people got stepped on, used and whatnot, and now the karma is coming back on him? Because a lot of the times you can't just hide and run away from the karma and the dirty deeds that people do. It's gonna end up coming back to you eventually, and this is the exact same thing that happened to Diddy. He thought just because he was a celebrity or he was rich and famous that he'd be able to get away with all of this stuff that's been going on for the last 30 years, but no. The people who are the victims, the families, they standing up for themselves. They know what's right and wrong, and they coming forward to tell people that this is what they should be watching out for. Like, they don't want this to happen to nobody else. This is the reason why they came forward. They weren't really trying to snitch on Diddy. They just knew that he had did something to them and that they can't just sleep at night knowing that he's getting away with all of this stuff. They know eventually that his time will come, his karma, and that he was just on a joyride. He was on a free run for a while, and now the run is over. And when the feds come and pick you up, they got a 99% success rate. They don't just come and get anybody for no reason. They have to build up the whole case. That's why they listen to what Cassie said, they listen to what Keefe said, they listen to what Gene Deal said. They connected all the dots and put it all together, got their witnesses and everything, and then they finally went after Diddy once they know that they got everything that they need, man. People have been talking, the feds have been listening, and they put an ear to the streets, and they figured out the whole entire 9 yards of everything that's been going down. People have been coming forward in the last few months. They've been telling their accusations, allegations against Diddy. They've been telling the stories that happened to them. You seen how you heard from it. You heard about the TD Jakes situation, and now Katt Williams is coming forward and he's telling it all. He's been trying to let people know for a long time now how all of this all works out, man. Mike Tyson, he was trying to tell people, stay away from Diddy. This is what Tupac warned him about, man. And at the end of the day, y'all gotta realize that Diddy, he's trying to call everybody for help. He's trying to call Jay-Z and all of them, but they making sure that he don't snitch on them once he gets picked up and everything. Once this whole thing goes to trial, Diddy, a lot of people think that he's gonna tell on people like Jay-Z or somebody else, because there's more and more connections to more things that they've done, and it goes deeper than what a lot of people think, man. A lot of people sat back and thought that just because it wasn't being talked about that nobody did nothing, man. But now all of the people who've been actually behind the scenes, the investigators putting in the work, they spoke with the witnesses and Gene Deal, and they talked to the victims of the families, and they figured out that everything that Diddy did in 2024, they're coming after him for that. And because they know that he had all of this money and he was basically supposed to keep quiet himself. He wasn't supposed to go out and show off and showboat that he did these things and got away with it. They seen that he was basically a threat to their whole business and everything. That's why Macy's dropped him, Neiman Marcus dropped him, Saks Fifth dropped him from there. They don't want him in any of the designer stores no more. They took Sean John items, threw them in the dumpster. 50 Cent is buying all of his companies. The reason why 50 Cent is buying all of his companies is because he's going to use the revenues to make the new movie and documentary about each and every single one of P. Diddy's people that he like basically ripped off or did something to. All of the stories and the new allegations that you guys have been hearing, P. Diddy and them, they got the full story made into a movie by 50 Cent and Mike Tyson so that they could release it and give the proceeds back to the victims, and they could donate it to the people who are like all other victims of certain type of situations that's similar to what P. Diddy put Cassie through. And this is what they don't want people thinking, that, oh, you know, you gotta live like how P. Diddy did. You don't have to treat people wrong like that. He basically went against the rules, and he was supposed to be a good person, giving back, but see, he never really helped New York like that. But he was real easy to bring people in and try to do things to him, try to get Cassie kept up in his basement. He was doing all of the stuff with Mace and everything. Now they all coming forward and saying, you know what, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows with Diddy. Even though they were signed and they were getting all this money and everything like that, they had to do things that they couldn't speak on and that they wasn't proud of and everything like that. If people found out from their families what they was doing, what P. Diddy had them doing, man, they would be disbarred and everything like that. And so now they coming forward to speak because they're no longer afraid of P. Diddy no more. His run is over. He's not intimidating them no more. They were scared at one point because they thought that they would end up like Tupac, or they would have some sort of revenge because P. Diddy got the connections with Jay-Z and all of the other people like that. So they didn't have Mike Tyson on their side. This is why when Mike Tyson was offering to do a 1v1 versus P. Diddy, and P. Diddy flaked on the situation. He didn't want to do the celebrity boxing match with him. That's why when Charleston White was talking about how the paperwork came out on P. Diddy, he was telling them about, you got to read through everything. There's more people that are going to come out and go after him. This is why everybody, who even including TD Jakes, was telling them, and the news got out because they got the documents showing all the people who's currently trying to basically get at Diddy and get the millions off of him. At the end of the day, people got to realize that a lot of people that wasn't with it, they had the NDA signed and they didn't want to get blackballed or anything like that. So this is the reason why everything is happening now in 2024, because the statute of limitations wore off from the NDAs that they had to sign. A lot of people couldn't say anything for 10 years while working with P. Diddy, and then now it's the 11th year, and that's why everybody's coming forward to speak out. A lot of people think that Diddy's deserving exactly what he gets because he's a grown man. He knew what he was doing this whole entire time. He was tricking a lot of people like into believing that he was some nice guy, but deep down inside he was really just trying to wait for the right time to be able to pull some type of stunt or move that would pretty much put him and project him into the next level, and then make the other people lose down and lose their hope and everything like that. He was basically taking their like, you know, whatever success that they were gonna have, he was taking it and making sure that he's the one who got the benefit from it. That's why a lot of people realized that it was the Masters, they never got back, and then he waited until like last year to give back the Mace Masters after all the money ran out. They're getting 25 cents a year from that now. And so what people got to realize is that Biggie Smalls, Tupac, their whole families, they coming forward and they joining in with 50 Cent, and they're helping with the movement to basically like shed light on the whole situation and tell people that this was what's been going on to us. They have a story to tell, and they want everybody else to realize what P. Diddy was doing to them, because everybody that was P. Diddy fans, now they joining in as 50 Cent fans. They no longer like P. Diddy no more, so they start being Mike Tyson, 50 Cent, and Tupac fans, because they realize that after all these years, they finally figured out who actually was the one who pulled off the hits for the Tupac and Biggie. It all led back to the fingers pointing at P. Diddy, and it's not for no reason. It's not for no coincidence or nothing like that. They knew that he was the guy the whole time that had to have been funding the operation. They don't just have people come in with the getaway driver and all these people get paid off to do the hits and everything. Is that money had to come from somewhere, and the only person that it really made sense, that had the bread to put up and that had the motivation and the motive to have something happen, when Gene Deal told us that P. Diddy himself out of his own mouth spoke about how it was certain times where you could hear him whispering into the phone, telling them about how he needs to get Biggie hit up, he needs to get Pac hit up, everything alleged and for entertainment purposes. But people know what Gene Deal said out of P. Diddy's mouth was that he was ready to get the two biggest rappers ever hit up because he was afraid of what would happen if they found out that P. Diddy was the one who was really doing a lot of the damage. Like all the beef and everything that was going on, it was really being fueled and pushed by P. Diddy. He was telling the other people, the other side, to come at them and to make the disses and everything like that. This is why P. Diddy and Suge Knight had their own beef going on, and that's what caused Suge Knight to go on the award show, the Source Awards in 1995, and tell him about how you don't want P. Diddy all in your music videos, the executive producer dancing in all the videos, getting all the limelight, getting all the attention, and making it to where everybody looking at P. Diddy instead of looking at the artist and the rapper who's supposed to be getting the marketing and everything so they could get their album sold and all that. And so this whole feud turned into P. Diddy fueling it some more and basically putting the $1 million up that was supposed to go to Keefe, but the middleman Von Zip was P. Diddy's close right-hand man. He was known as a finesser. A lot of people said that he would go to the 4040 club, he would go to all of these other nightclubs, and he would tell them that he was P. Diddy's uncle. They would let him run up the tab with all the bottles and everything. So when P. Diddy gave him the $1 million to go and take it to Keefe to pay for the Tupac hit, the dude ran off with the money. And then he ended up passing in like 06, and Keefe never got paid from the Tupac hit. This is why Keefe started going on the interviews and writing the books, because he was mad at P. Diddy that he got finessed and that they actually hit up Tupac but never got paid for it. He felt like he got double crossed and basically tricked into doing this without no pay, even though the middleman ran off with the money on his own terms, basically. And so P. Diddy never reached out to Keefe to hook him up with some bread because he never got it. Then that's what made Keefe realize that it's every man for himself, and that's what turned him to the feds to start talking. And basically now, as we see it, he's gonna tell on P. Diddy, and P. Diddy might tell on somebody else, and that's the way this whole entire thing is going. But the situation is ongoing, so you have to stay up to date, stay subscribed, like the video, put the 222s in the comment section, and basically let us know, did he do it? Did Diddy deserve? Let me know what y'all think about P. Diddy and this whole entire situation, man.